What is poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we are taking a look at my personal favorite movie so far of 2024. This movie is fucking goated, and I mean that because I have watched some absolute shit in 2024. I have done a film and anime series review every single day for like majority of 2024. So I've watched some absolute shite, and when I see a fucking masterpiece, I see a masterpiece. I'm getting good at reviewing movies and picking up on some of the little subtleties in this. This may just be a revamped version of the Ugly Duckling story, but it did it so fucking well. So without any further delay, let's get into what Google has to say about The Wild Robot. It is a fantasy adventure movie which is 1 hour and 42 minutes. It has an 8.3 out of 10 IMDb and 98% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 5 out of 5 on BookTrust. Shipwrecked on a deserted island, a robot named Roz must learn to adapt to its new surroundings, building relationships with native animals. Roz soon develops a parental bond with an orphan gosling. So how this movie actually starts is with Roz waking up on an island and her sort of learning from the animals and learning their way of life. She is looking for a directive, someone who has purchased her, and she's looking around trying to help. She sits there for 5 to 6 days and she learns their language, which I think is a fucking incredible fucking feat. Like, she sits there for what I count it to be 5 or 6 days, like 5 or 6 moon cycles, before she completely understood their language. That is fucking insane behavior. That is, I know she's a robot, but god fucking damn, that is insane behavior. And it is fucking insane that she managed to do that. And she finds out that all the animals that she tried to help didn't actually want to help and all thought that she was a monster. And they treated her like shit and they were all scared of her. Fair enough, if something new just showed up and started fucking changing shit and like your sort of way of life, I would be scared too and I would call it a monster as well. She did befriend a fox as well. You know, she made friends with the fox because the fox was also an outcast, but she tried to go find a way back to her home because obviously she wasn't, like, wanted on the island, she wasn't needed, so she wanted to go find a way home. But then she was attacked by a bear and ended up falling down a cliff and killed a mother duckling, a mother gosling, a mother goose, a mother Ryan, a Ryan gosling. And she protected this egg until it hatched, and then she was basically talking to a possum that she had to basically teach it to eat, swim, and fly by the end of summer, otherwise it would die. So she goes on an adventure and she manages to teach it how to swim and fly. The gosling falls out with her because obviously he's different and all the other geese treat him like shit, so he takes it out on her, being like, why did you have to kill my mum, what the fuck, like, why are you the one helping me, is it because you feel bad, you shouldn't be the one helping me, like, what the fuck is this, you've ruined my life. And the leader of the geese is like, yo bro, she actually saved your life, like, you were the runt of the litter, there was no fucking way you were surviving if, like, you were actually born with your mum, like, she would have let you die by now, bro. And he was like, oh shit, damn. And they end up teaching him how to fly, giving him some like a training montage, and he goes out and flies with the other geese, and he leads them through quite a lot. Like, he takes them to where the humans actually live, and they fight off a lot of robots, and he becomes the new leader of the sort of group, which I think is fucking insane, like how quickly he rises the ranks. The leader actually sacrifices his life for the little gosling, and you know, the robot saves everyone because of this bad winter. We then have the robots showing up to take Roz away, and they all fight to keep her, and then after the fight, Roz is like, nah gang, I'm gonna dip because I'm gonna keep you all safe. I know I just burnt down half the forest with this battle, but you know what? I'm gonna love and leave you because you know, they're just gonna keep coming back in it, bruv. So she dips and goes back to working as like a farmer robot, and her son, like Bright Bill goes to visit her every migration, and that's pretty much it. That's where the story ends. I was told that this was a tear-inducing movie. I will say it was sad, but it never made me cry. I've seen loads of TikToks of grown men crying, and that meme from like Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs saying it's enough to make a grown man cry. I didn't cry during this movie. There was no sad in this movie. Like it was sad, but it wasn't like emotional damage sad. Like it wasn't, oh no, you're gonna cry. It was just like, okay, this is quite sad, and that was pretty much it. There wasn't really a whole lot else about it. Like it was just sad. The animation style is what I really want to talk about because it was fucking beautiful. This movie was fucking beautiful. The animation style was incredible. It is like DreamWorks never fucking miss. DreamWorks fucking slaps. DreamWorks always fucking hits with their movies. Like this one was incredible. Art style, visually, character-wise, fucking impeccable. They got really good voice actors here to do these characters, and that's what I'm saying. Like, don't just get like big A-list celebrities to do these characters. Get good voice actors. And Pedro Pascal is an absolutely fucking incredible voice actor. He voice acted Mandalorian in Mando, so he is fucking incredible already, and he played the fox in this movie, my personal favorite character. I loved that fox. He was so fucking cool. The robot was badass as well. I just liked seeing everything that she could do with like all her compartments opening up and like all these like extra bits that come off her. It was just really nice. And the film opened in such an incredible way with Roz actually waking up on the beach and then her learning and adapting to this world in like this really quick montage showing how dangerous, how sort of fight for your life it was, like eat or be eaten type world. And that was really, really good. It was a really strong opener because it set the tone of the movie. It sort of set up this island, it set up the story in such a good way with how everything works, and sets up like the sort of hierarchy of the island, sets up like the animal sort of kingdom, the sort of tree of life, and like the tree of, I don't know, like what's it called, like the hierarchy, the sort of top of the food chain. That's what I'm trying to get. It is a really strong opener, and it was something that I wrote down in my notes. Like the opener was so fucking good. It was catchy, it hooked you in straight away to get you intrigued with this world, get you interested, because it didn't fully tell you what Roz was. She was just a robot that was there to help and fulfill tasks, but it didn't tell you where she came from, why she came, what happened to her. So it built up all this mystery, all these unanswered questions in the get-go, which hooked you and made you want to watch more, and made you want to sort of stick around and see what would happen. It then had a load of other twists and turns which took you like through the motions, with her being attacked, her trying to go home, and her sort of building this relationship up, her rewriting her own code, all these shocks, all these twists, all these turns which you're not expecting. It is a good story. It is a really interesting take on the Ugly Duckling story. I read this thing where it's like every story has been written. Every story has been written by now. You can only do like imitations, and clearly this is like a rip on the Ugly Duckling story, but I think it does it so well and in such a unique way that it can be seen as like a whole new story and seen so creatively as well. And the reason that I am calling it like a riff on the Ugly Duckling story, just in case that you didn't see it, is because she's raising a gosling. Like, she's literally raising the runt off the litter, the ugly duckling, and that duckling becomes like the leader of the group. That duckling becomes something special, becomes the best of the best, and she did that. Like, instead of the ugly duckling growing up and changing, like she was the catalyst that caused him to change, and that is like just the ugly duckling story. And that story is quite short. It is like a nursery rhyme. It's one of the first stories you ever learn, and this being like a more sort of fleshed out version of that story is really interesting and is really exciting, and honestly such a powerful and impacting story as well, just showing you like the meaning of life, how good mothers are, and like showing you like the importance of animals, friendship, sticking together through hardship, helping each other out. This movie has so many good messages, all shown by animals, and all these animals are so fucking cool. And they don't just do the stereotypical, oh, this fox is sly, this fox is sneaky. He has other traits, and he is actually helping. He is being like sarcastic and sneaky about what he's doing, but he has no sort of hidden motives. He is obviously doing it for selfish reasons, but he has no hidden motives. He's not being like an evil-esque character. He's still trying to help, and he is still helping in a way, but there's no like hidden undertones of like evil here. There is no real bad guy to this movie other than the big corporation that made her, which is trying to take her away and take down this forest. Honestly, I thought the big robots with the guns were badass as fuck as well. I thought they looked cool as fuck. Like, they were badass as shit, and I was so fucking gassed when they came on screen. They are some absolute fucking units, and I just love the colors as well. This is such a bright and colorful story. Again, it is spectacular. It is one of the best movies of 2024, easily in the top 5. So I cannot give this anything less than like a 10 out of 10. This is like a superb movie in my opinion. It is excellent.